a week. So it's going to take me some time to come up with that. We have to have more than one adventure with the giant butterfly net in order to get a song out of it. That's not always true of everything. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I don't even have to have seen the thing that I'm writing a song about before it happens. Y'all know all about that. And by the way, folks in the back, we did bring more chairs with us. So if you are in need of a chair and you do not have one, just ask the man in orange and he can hook you up. So we have lots of surprises this evening. We've had more surprises already than I thought we would have with that amazing dose of magic from Lee J. My goodness. One more round of applause. All night long. All night long. Get the girl, just the girl power, tearing it up, and then making space for the amazing Mr. Mark Lewis, who is here with us from Eugene tonight. And we're going to drag Mark up during our set so that you know what you're missing if you leave at the break and I have to slash your tires. You don't get to be a pirate queen without playing dirty sometimes, I'm just saying. But at the moment, we're going to start by inviting up the beautiful Katie Tinney to sing with us on this first song. Speaking of birthdays, this one is 17 as of about 2 days ago. and looking fabulous, of course. Not at all a surprise. So we start with a love note to all of the Seattle area. We begin with a squawk. And we end with a meow, perhaps. Or perhaps it'll be something you've never even heard before. I'm going to try not to play this too fast. But we haven't gotten to play it in this room in a long time. So I'm really happy about it. I may get a little excited. Ah! One flies in to case the joint, boldly struts around. Two fly in to make it three, laugh a while and knock each other down. Four flies in with a frowning walk, gains a laugh from out a squawk. But it's five who owns the place and proves it with a look, stopping 6 and 7 in their tracks from smuggling a book. Words within our grasp, do we let go? Do we fly heavily with the weight of what we know? Words within our grasp, do we let go? Do we fly heavily with what we know? My friend bids me come and see the ravens in the library, setting quiet pages free. My friend bids me come and see the ravens in the library, setting quiet pages free. One for fiction, two for truth, three for bikes and bathing suits, four for sci-fi fantasy. Five loves art and ancient skulls, 6 eats periodicals, 7 lives in poetry. One hangs out on the drama shelves but keeps the monologues to herself. 2 and 3 are studying Jews. 4 reads all about the Huns. 5 won't share the shiny ones. 6 and 7 label molecules. Words within our grasp, do we let go? Do we fly heavily with the weight of what we know? Words within our grasp, do we let go? Do we fly heavily with what we know? Hours of study flying by, words soaked up by beady eyes, long debates into the night, pages flying everywhere. Seek the language word by word, like the black and clever bird. Never let it bring you down, all the things we haven't figured out. My friend bids me come and see the ravens in the library, setting quiet pages free. My friend bids me come and see the ravens in the library, setting quiet pages free. 7 reads about the gods, chuckles to herself. To the rest she never lets on. Try to catch a glimpse of them, bickering like mortal men, feathers on the sidewalk. If you heard the ravens say such horrible words as the ones you may have heard in your day-to-day, would it make you choose your own more carefully around the ones you love? My friend Big Smith, come and see the ravens in the library, setting quiet pages free. My friend bids me come and see the ravens in the library, setting quiet pages free. Setting quiet pages free. Setting quiet pages free. Setting quiet pages free. All of the girl power, all of the heart. So I don't know how many of you are on Google Plus with me, but if you're not, I recommend it. I was blessed to eat a piece of the chocolate pizza that Betsy concocted for Kate's birthday the other night. It had strawberry pepperoni and blackberry olives, and it is gone. And the kiwis were green peppers, and it was kind of epic dessert. Anyway, if you want your dose of food porn, I posted photos of that on Google Plus, as well as lots of other things. Yes. New song. Some of you have heard this one. I have some tonight that none of you have heard, but some of you have heard this one before, and it is another song for the beautiful September, the girl who circumnavigated fairyland in a ship of her own making. We decided this afternoon when we were rehearsing before we came over for setup that Mark is the green wind. And those of you that have read the book will agree, I'm sure. Those of you that haven't, there will not be a pop quiz on the title, but there will be an album for it. Hopefully I can finish that over the winter before I see you again. This is for September and for all of you who take on really scary quests, even though you're small and you don't have a sword. And it's called Wonders. And this one is dedicated to the internet because I know you're out there and I know you're watching. Hello! Because we live in the future. There must be blood, this I knew. Surely there can be wonders too. I cannot leave the cages locked or well enough alone. I can only be myself when I am so far from home. It's the wonders that I'm after, even if I have to bleed and make very rash decisions for the sake of what I need. Dancing kisses on my cheek, it's the wonders that I seek, and I swear I am not afraid. There must be blood, and this I knew. I believe there must be wonders too. Take up this quest, just say the word. Even though I am small and I have no sword, a party at the end is not required. And I promise I'll keep trying, even if I get tired. It's the wonders that I'm after, even if I have to fight. It'll all be hard and bloody, even when I get it right. I know stories change their faces on an inconsistent basis, but I swear I am not afraid. There must be blood, and this I knew. I believe there must be wonders too. If somersaults and lanterns aren't the order of the day, I will still take up my weapons and I'll be on my way. I am stubborn and won't listen, but I've made it this far and I really like to stay. There must be blood, and this I knew. I believe there must be wonders too. I cannot leave the cages locked or well enough alone. I can only be myself when I am so far from home. It's the wonders that I'm after, even if I have to bleed and make very rash decisions for the sake of what I need. Dancing kisses on my cheek, it's the wonders that I seek, and I swear I am not afraid. Yes, I swear I am not afraid. There must be blood, and this I knew. I believe there must be wonders too. There must be blood, and this I knew. I believe there must be wonders too. Wonders too. Don't be afraid, whatever you do. Wonders too. Don't be afraid, whatever you do. Thank you. So last night, I walked in the door with Mark and Kay. I wanted to show Mark the space, and we wanted to connect with the gorgeous energy that's always in here all the time, like we do. And I accidentally ended up on stage. I know you're shocked. But it was Clint and it was Dan up here making magic and music, and I'm like, that's my brothers up there. And Shaney said, I'm gonna tell him you're here, and I went, okay. And we ended up jamming for, I don't know, 20 minutes. It was gorgeous. It was happy. And one of the things that came out was a rather upbeat version of the song we're about to do. And I would love to have Clint come up and join us if he's not right in the middle of a cigarette, which he may be. But I can vamp all night if I need to. Da 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 da. Bum ba dum ba ba da 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 da. La da dum da 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 da. Hi. So that's Clint McCune. He's a ninja.
No one even saw me come in.
No joke. The phrase we are looking for is mad skills. He also has a djembe. How many djembe playing ninjas do you know, really? Really, he's a pirate. He's just that good. Which is not to say that there's, a class division there, because I don't believe in the whole pirates versus ninjas thing. Most of y'all know my thoughts on that already. We're going to tell that story in a little while. For now, for the moment, we're going to take you to the city of Marrow. And we'll make sure you come out again. It's not as scary as it usually is, because we just kind of injected the boogie into this last night, and I liked it so much, I was like, can we do that again? You'd never know that Marrow was a glowing place and beautiful before her tarnished heart lost its way. So alone, so alone. hunger inside with more. Above and below, she has rotted away so long, so long. The great market calls from canopied stones, but a ghost town is all you will find. Purses large and small, gold coins, change and poems, golden paper and ruin and lost time. 7 sons and golden ball daughters can take their own lives to hand. I have been to the city of Marrow, and I have come out again. Beauty is lost in translation, no savoring what is devoured. I look at my lover and only see bones. No one looks under the skin now. But fear not the wind of wasting, its howling is not for you. It's only an echo now within the hearts of those just passing through. The hearts of those just passing through. La-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-bum, ba-da-dum. Say beauty is lost in translation, no savoring what is devoured. I look at my lover and only see bones. I look at my lover and only see bones. No one looks under the skin anymore. There's only the wind now. There's only the wind now. Seven sons and golden ball daughters can take their own lives to hand. Fear not the city of Marrow, for you will come out again. I have been to the city of Redmond, and I will come out again. So fear not your wind of wasting, its cries are not for you. They're only echoes now within the hearts of those just passing through. Fear not the wind of wasting, its howling is not for you. It's only an echo now within the hearts of those just passing through. The hearts of those long ago passed through. Beauty is lost in translation. I've been to the city of Redmond. I have been to the city of Redmond. I have been to the city of Redmond. The city of Redmond. The city of Redmond. The city of Marrow. The city of Marrow. again. I have come out of the broom closet before. Said I have come out of the closet with all of my monster friends. And so, don't you know you don't want to go alone, especially if you're not used to being out in the sun and you like it where it's dark and safe, all up in the cave. See, that's the thing that people get wrong about the dark goddess, because she can help you hide your shit, you know what I mean? No, you go working with the bright goddess, she gonna lay it all out where everybody can see it. People get it backwards. The safety is not where you think it is. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is Betsy Tinney on her cello on my right. This is the unstoppable Mr. Clint McEwen on my left. To the city of Marrow, and I have come out again. I have come out again, and I have come out again. So I was on the Chizat with my friend Becca Kelso, and she misses y'all, just so you know. She wants to come back to the Northwest so bad. And she has actual physical copies of her new album, Departures. So if you didn't pre-order that and you want it now, it's time. So go to beccakelso.com. She can hook you up. Like a ninja. Like she do. It's Betsy's turn to be songwriter now. I am happy about this. You should be too. We didn't bring the feather boa because we already know y'all know what's up with this lady. Because she's been coming around before, eating your cat food for a long time. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, we would dearly love for you to give a warm Redmond welcome, a warm Soul Tribe welcome to the toast of the dumpsters of the Pacific Northwest, the original stripy hot mama herself, the one, the only, the indomitable, tough titty cupcakes. Shut my mouth and pay attention to every word comes out of my mouth. Mama's about to tell it like it is, y'all. Because you know when you let your freak flag fly, when you do what you gotta do to be who you are, there are gonna be people coming around with all kinds of nasty things to say about it. And you know what to do. You just got to let all that talk roll right off the end of your little stripy tail. And And get your hips into it when you do. It's more fun that way. This is you. And boys, if you want a part 2, if you don't want to go up there with the ladies, you just go. Y'all ruffling my feathers. It feels good. As I have told you time and again, where there's a will, there's a way. And darling, where there's cat food, there's a fat raccoon. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Well, I'm not really bad, I'm just drawn that way. And I didn't ask to look like this bandit. Got a single mom, I gotta feed my babies, and I'm done pretty well if I do say so myself. Just got to hand it to me on a silver platter, darling. We are living on trash and berries and such, while the folks in the big house, they put out so much food for their precious little kitty cats that me and my babies, we could get chubby on that. Getting big and fat, gonna block your driveway, sugar. You know how it goes. From my sneaky bandit face to my hot bushy tail, I'm tough, mean, and crafty, sharper tooth than nail. Don't mess with me, keep your kittens out of sight, 'cause I'm lurking by day and I rule the night. Child, there's no wrong or right in what I do, just protecting my kids and finding food. Get out of the hen house if you can't take the heat. Can I help it if your chickens are so tender and sweet? White meat, dog meat, finger licking, good to have it your way, baby. La-dee-ya, da-dee-ya, da-da. You sound so sweet to mama. That's what you get for living out in the boonies. Gotta deal with a bunch of us now. Good Lord, down dirty, rotten, starving raccoons. I ain't got much, but I do pretty well. I got my brains and my looks and my sense of smell. I'm just trying to survive on a day-to-day. I'm not bad. I'm not bad. I know that I'm not bad. Honey, no, I'm just drawn that way. And listen what I say. Summertime and the lemonade. Honey, you don't want to know. I have smelled some stenches in my day, darling. We're not even going to go there. I'm talking about the dumpsters behind the fish place and Pike Place Market, y'all. Don't even talk to me. We'll be here for hours. Girl, shoot. I'm not bad. Who you been talking to? I'm not bad. I'm not bad. Children, you know better. You know better. I've been telling you a lie this whole time. I'm the baddest thing in soul food books right now, and there ain't a thing you can do about it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exceeded in badness only perhaps by my crew up here, the beautiful Betsy and the beautiful Clint. Give them a round of applause. When you're done snapping your fingers, I know you will. Ba-da-ba. ha ha ha. It's getting hot in here, so be a streaking ninja. I do promise. Actually, it's been done. Have you been to YouTube lately? Have you been to YouTube lately? Jenny and my ASL ninjas made the sweetest video for this song, you guys. And Betsy's cats are in some of the footage, but they're not actually in the video. But they were there. They are. It was so much fun. And all of the visible ninjas are credited in the credits for the video. But we didn't credit the invisible ones because we didn't want to give them away. That would be unkind. Also, you know, they might have to, you know, seppuku if they got found out. And that just gets messy after a while. What am I saying? It gets messy immediately. That's just not okay. So it was beautiful because the girls came over with cameras and said, okay, so we're going to shoot the video. And we were all hanging out in Betsy's backyard, which is gorgeous. It's all green and lots of places for ninjas to hide. And so then we started with 2 ninjas, and then everyone else in the house got word that there was going to be a ninjas video. So then we had 4 ninjas, and then we had 5 ninjas, and then we had a rainbow ninja, and then we had an orange ninja, and we had all of the ninjas. And we made a video, and it was the most fun video shoot I've ever been part of in all of my life. And any of you who have not seen Jenny interpret for this song before, you are in for a huge treat. I am going to studiously not look at her because it is so fantastic. I will forget where the hell I am. Okay, yes. You got my back. Okay. So this is on the Mischief album. This song was written in response to someone who poo-pooed my pirate songs and said he wanted a ninja song instead. In response to which I wrote a fucking ninja song. And here it is. Paragon of dignity, untouchable and lethal, but there's more to life than shuriken. Sudden death comes easy when you practice every day. You'll think you're 10 feet tall and bulletproof until you pass my way, and you will never see it coming. No one's sad to see you go. Within my eyes you'll glimpse the wisdom you were not prepared to know. In fearing what you cannot see, you fall beneath my hand. This is a ninja thing you wouldn't understand. Wait for the laugh. You will never know I'm here until it's far too late. It is a ninja's way to pass unseen and not to storm the gate. Moving quieter than kittens, circumnavigating law, tiptoeing merciless as nightfall. Until I pounce and disappear again, you'll never hear a thing. The soul has always been corrupted, but the heart and hands are clean. Sworn enemies fall lifeless, though they never see my face. The game is glory, but I take my joy in leaving not a trace. My actions quick as lightning, unintended to hurt you. I'm only doing what a ninja's gotta do. Da-da-do, da-da-do, da-da-do-da. Following the way, creeping night and day. I won't say life is hard, but I must restrain my urges to run naked through my yard. No ninja goes out streaking, it just simply isn't done. My career would shrivel up and die, but damn it, it'd be fun to see the neighbors' eyes as big as saucers peering from their doors. I'd pirouette beneath the moonlight, days of smoking, hiding, sneaking, and assassinating enemies no more. Just one streak of brightness in a world of black and blue. I'd just be doing what a ninja's gotta do, wouldn't you? Go skinny dipping like a ninja's gotta do. We say all the time that we don't work for a living, we play for a living. One of the ways that I get to play is I get to hold space for my friends to be shiny when I'm being shiny at the same time. So all of you who come up on stage at any point, I love you to death, literally. And I may have to I may have to fight the fans to make these new songs work. Because if the cheat sheets blow away, I'm going to have to improvise real quick.
Is that one of your biggest fans?
Yes. However, you are all bigger than that. You know, out of context, love you. I'm just. She walks up to me like this. This is why it's awesome to come out to a live show, because this never happens any other time. Well, that's not true. I have been hanging out in Redmond for quite a while, and it does, yeah. It's kind of like Alex saying, I've been at sea for a very long time. Speaking of being at sea, so I have the good fortune to play something brand new for you tonight that I only helped to write the lyrics for. My beautiful friend, Claire Suzanne Elizabeth Cooney, who is an amazing poet, gorgeous woman, I love her to death, sent by email something called a Selkie song. This is not your grandmama's Selkie song, or maybe it is, and that's why you've never heard it before, because she was too worried about the state of your tender little brain to sing this one to you. So the Selkies are usually the victim, right? We're turning it around. So with lyrics mostly by Claire and slightly by me, and music by me, and interpretation by my beautiful ASL ninjas, my ASL Selkies. This is a Selkies song. I hope you enjoy it. And you do have a part. I know you're shocked. La 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 la. Rat-tat-tat-tin, won't you let a girl in? Love-a-lie-law, won't you open the door? Me got a mouse to your big human house. Fight-a-lie-fife and your short human life. La-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. It's not every day I see on the foam edge of the sea such a bonny strapping boy, like a giddy golden toy. Here's a game we'd like to play, every seal made in her day. How we call you with a song, how we make you dance along. Rat-tat-tat-tin, won't you let a girl in? Love-a-lie-law, can't you open the door? Me got a mouse to your big human house. Fight-a-lie-fife and your short human life. La-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. It's as easy as a lie, sweet as milk or stolen pie. What I hide is what you seek. Search until your legs go weak. Something silver, something grey. It's as wet as grass in May. Selkie magic, wild and free. Clutch it close and so clutch me. Rat-tat-tat-tin, won't you let a girl in? Love-a-lie-law, can't you open the door? Me got a mouse to big human house. Fight-a-lie-fife and your short human life. La 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 la. I will love you all the year. I will dry your every tear. I will cook your favorite dish. I am especially good at fish. They will bear your children 3. They will all take after me. With their eyes so black and wild, watch your back when they get riled. Rat-tat-tat-tin, won't you let a girl in? Love and I know, can't you open the door? Me got a mouse to your big human house. Fight out if I find your short human life. La 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 la. In a year or even 10, I will find my skin again. Don't be sorry, don't be sad, lest you show yourself a cad. After all, it's just a game. Every Selkie plays the same. Did you think your love so true? It would bind me fast to you. Ta-ta-tin, won't you let a girl in? Love and I know, can't you open the door? Me on a mouse to your big human house. Fight all if I find your short human life. La 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 la. What I leave is what you keep. Belly ache and troubled sleep. Taste of salt upon your lips. Bladder rack about your hips. Take the children 1, 2, 3. They will always love the sea. Kiss me quickly ere I'm gone, barking gladly at the door. Rat-tat-tat-tin, won't you let a girl in? Love and I know, can't you open the door? Me on a mouse to your big human house. Fight on if I find your short human life. I say rat-tat-tat-tin, won't you let a girl in? Love and I know, can't you open the door? Me on a mouse to your big human house. Fight out if I find your short human life. La 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 la. Well, that was fun. Just a little wicked. Sometimes Pisces aren't necessarily fish, I'm just saying. A little frisky in the water. And who knows what skin we're wearing? Ha ha. So I was reading up on my southern ghost stories a couple of weeks ago. And I have a brand new baby here that has only seen the light of day in small listening circles so far. So there's an awful lot of folklore in the Deep South, which is where I come from and where my family still is. And sometimes you forget that there are stories that close to home for all of us, and it's certainly true of this part of the world as well. We have stories that just have soaked into the ground, and we forget that that's what's holding us up. So this is a little bit of a love song and a little bit of a ghost story at the same time. This is called Dream of Mississippi. Magic finds us kicking up the dust along the road. Silence travels faster than a story often told. Vagabond I've been and vagabond I'll always be, running down the devil at every crossroads that I see. I never thought to be called back to a home that I outgrew, but the summer's gone, the call is strong, and there's something I must do. Thought I knew all of the stories that a southern girl could know, but there's a dream of Mississippi that I never tell a soul. There's a boy there with his arms outstretched to me when I pass by. Some days I wish my heart were dead, too tired to even cry. When missing him is all I do, the days all pass me by. Like these dreams of Mississippi and these ghosts who cannot lie. Oh, this ring rests on my finger like a veve on a wall, and the whispers gather round me, come to dance when darkness falls. Everything I see adds up to say the tale is tall, but back into his arms is really not that far to fall. There is moonlight on the river where I never thought I'd go. There's a dream of Mississippi that I never tell a soul. I never tell a soul. Ooh, at night I swear I feel him, and so my eyes stay closed. The distance brings us closer now than ever, I supposed. Ooh, no, so I'm going where the sunshine shimmers right through summer's end, where the heat will lay you out before the harvest comes to mend. The world I thought was done with me has called me back again, with a dream of Mississippi and a ghost who calls me friend. There is moonlight on the river where I never thought I'd go. There's a dream of Mississippi that I never tell a soul. Thought I knew all of the stories that a southern girl could know. There's a dream of Mississippi that I never tell a soul. I never tell a soul. That I never tell a soul. I will never tell. Woo! We're bringing Betsy back. Those other cellists don't know how to act. That's all I got. I think actually Autumn is the one who gets credit for that one. I think that was you. That was a while ago. Sometimes, sometimes these things just need to be done. Sometimes the filk must go on.
I would never do that.
Oh, so it was your evil twin. Is that what you're saying?
No, good twin. What good twin? How many do you need?
It is that kind of show. It just is. Arr, aye. Another new song. This one not quite as new. It's dried off a bit, which is odd, because it's written for the Panther of Rough Storms and it contains a thunderstorm. So we're back to the girl who circumnavigated fairyland. To the end this time. I'm not going to spoil it for you too much. I'm hopefully going to give you a taste enough that you'll go and find the silly thing and read it. Shouldn't be hard. It's on the New York Times list. I'm very proud of my girl for getting on the New York Times list. have our friend Iago, who is the Panther of rough storms. And because he's a cat, you don't really know whose side he's on all throughout the story. And he admits that that's kind of on purpose. That's what cats do. But at any rate, the leopard of Little Breezes, his litter mate, is definitely one of the good guys. And she mourns the loss of him when no one knows what's become of him at the end of the battle at the bottom of the world. Because the victorious party of adventurers, including September on her original quest, realizes that they forgot to wish for Iago when they were all wishing themselves to safety. And the leopard says, after that oh shit moment, it's all right. He would have gone back anyway. And he was always good in a storm. And it was at that point in the book that I went, oh, ow, that's gonna be a song.
Dark unto my light he came. We were never much the same. He never would come in out of the rain, but I loved him even so. Now he's turned his tail to the tempest, and I have to let him go. Wind and rain hardly ever say goodbye, nor do sleeping queens or restless lovers. Little say the ravished or leopards who can fly. But he turned his eyes to September when all the clocks ran silent with a sigh. And it's one little wish for Iago on the rough and stormy sky. When all the sand runs down, we'd say farewell. Hurry back with tons of tales to tell, while he holds fast for the Marquess, for that which was Marrow still. Sun and shade won't shatter on a whim. I'll not starve the breeze for missing him. And the storm shall hold a cotillion, for they'll never know he's gone. But my brother was always very good in a storm. Yes, my brother was always very good in a storm. So it's one little wish for Iago, little breezes and rough storms.
Thank you all. So we have one more relatively new, shiny, beautiful thing to share with you, and I'm going to drag Clint back up here with me. And then, listening hearts and ears and minds. Then we will have Mr. Mark Lewis join us before he takes the stage for his own set. And you shall be amazed, and you shall be touched, and you shall be healed. Testify. I'm just saying, it's coming, it's coming. Y'all don't even know.
of healing. This song is up for download now at music.sjtucker.com or music.skinnywhitechick.com if you prefer. That's the only place you can find it unless you find it right here on stage. It's called Rootless. It's for all of us who speak our truth and sing our song, whatever it may be, no matter how hard it gets. I got an email from a soldier's wife this week about this song. She wanted to write me and say thank you because they had downloaded this track together, she and her husband, and it had been the first opportunity they'd had for a while, and the first time that he'd open up to her about his deployments to the degree that he did. And she told me he had slept through the night for the past 2 nights without needing medication after listening to me sing. So EO and Aho and Ibobo on that, and a hell yeah and a hallelujah too.
Shield brother calls to beg me, get a message to his girl. Ancestors stirring, sending messages through our own across the world. I am listening, I am following, as warriors of the light can only do. We ride rootless on heavy medicine every day until our lives are through. We ride rootless on heavy medicine, disconnected from the ground. We ride rootless in dark places, unafraid that we might fall or die or drown. We are working, we are tireless, we are keepers of the way. We ride rootless on heavy medicine, and we live to fight another day. Though my bones and blood are wild, with lessons learned and secrets shared, friends and lovers help me put my armor back together and never let me leave home unprepared. Oh, my comrade sets her cello to her shoulder, and I know today there'll be no turning back. On heavy medicine, unashamed of what we lack. We ride rootless on heavy medicine, disconnected from the ground. We ride fearless in dark places, hearts in danger, but our spirits safe and sound. We are working, we are tireless, ooh, singing songs to stir the sky. We are on a bound to share these visions, walking tall and getting by, walking tall when we don't fly. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dirt beneath my nails, I claw my way home from the forest, just as crazy as before. But I am breathing, I am laughing, taking one step at a time.
bringing truth from door to door. And I'm not the only one of many, unafraid to open eyes or heart or mind. We ride rootless on heavy medicine, yeah, and we do it all the time. We ride rootless on heavy medicine, oh, disconnected from the ground. We ride windward across the wasteland, skin in danger, but our hearts so safe and sound. We speak the language of song and shadow. We are keepers of the flame. We ride rootless on heavy medicine, and from day one we've never been the same. I should let you guys know that there's a cover piece. There's a beautiful piece of art done by none other than Mr. Rob Carlos, who's sitting in the front row of Tacoma, Washington. It looks like Ginger Dawson and I had a love child, and she's got woad tattoos, and she's climbing up out of the forest, and she's connected to the earth with tree roots coming out of one hand. And there may or may not be a beautiful five-pointed star in the branches of the trees behind her, and there may or may not be faces in the barks of those trees. I kind of like her, but the backstory that goes with that is that I showed Ginger the sketch originally that Rob had sent to me, and I said, it kind of looks like you and I had a love child, doesn't it? And she looks me in the eyes and she says, let's make that next time. Yes, ma'am. We are healers, working retail, working graveyard without pay. We tell stories in our circle. We listen or we dance or we just pray. We are working, we are tireless. Ooh, we are keepers of the way. We ride rootless on heavy medicine. Don't you know we walk it every day? Oh, we ride rootless on heavy medicine, disconnected from the ground. We ride rootless in dark places, unafraid that we might fall or die or drown. We are working, we are tireless. Oh, we are seekers of the way. We ride rootless on heavy medicine. And we live to fight another day. We live to fight another day. And 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 we live to fight another day. You are yes, so the stories get told. Don't give up, right out, be bold. Build the fire bright and strong. Speak your truth and sing your song. You are here so the stories get told. Goddess bless your weary soul. Raise your voice to call the cry. Storytellers never die. Goddess bless your weary heart. Tried and tested, torn apart. Holding your hands around the flames. Healed in a hole, we rise again. You gotta splash your weary soul. You and your son, the stories get told, and we live to fight another day. 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 I love you, Internet. I love you too. We're not done. You get a pee break in just a minute, but not yet. Not yet. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to welcome to the stage one of my favorite people on this earth, Mr. Mark Lewis, master storyteller.
Hey, everybody. My name is Mark Lewis, and the story that we're going to do together, this is really fun. This is a story that I wrote for my daughter. Actually, my daughter, my eldest is 25, which is insane because my wife has not aged a day. It's incredible. And my daughter is different. She's really, really sensitive. I mean, sounds are too loud. Smells are too intense. To be in a crowd drives her insane. She's different. And when she was in 4th grade, it was really hard for her because in 4th grade, all the kids were clicking or forming into cliques, right? And she was getting clicked out. Click, click. That never happens to any of us, right? No. Yeah, right. Right, and she would come home in tears, right? And I would sit and I would listen to her. And I have discovered how to be the dad of girls. My youngest is 20, right? Here's the secret of being the dad of girls. Ready? Your job is not to fix it. Your job is to sit there and listen till they finish talking and then say, that must be really hard. So I sat. He can be taught, ladies and gentlemen. He can be taught.
Go ahead, Kay. Go ahead.
So I sat and I listened, and my heart broke because I remember what a hard time I had when I was in 4th grade because I was that same kid. I am still that same kid. That is why I do this for a living. So I wrote this story for me and for her and for everybody who's a little bit different because guess what? It's really important to be different, a little different, exactly. So this story is called The Vegetable Lady. Yeah, and it goes like this. Go ahead and start. The vegetable lady lives down our street. Her flowers and gardens are always so neat. And the love of her plants, it's never discreet. That's why she's the vegetable lady. She's tall, she's pretty, with hair like a storm. Her gardening clothes are all comfy and warm. And the dirt on her knees, it's always the norm for the hardworking vegetable lady. Now, we see her each morning on our way to school. She's singing and weeding with her digging tool. To be in the garden seems always the rule. She's the wonderful vegetable lady. Now, the proof of her skill, it's in these baskets she brings. Filled with squash, fit for emperors, and cabbage for kings, with carrots and turnips and peppers on strings. What a treat from the vegetable lady. Well, one day, it was cloudy. I was cranky. I was cold. My sweater was droopy. My socks were way too old. Past her gate on my bike, in her garden I rolled, and I looked at the vegetable lady. Her eyes were all shiny, her cheeks like a rose, her hat on her head, and her glasses on nose. And I looked, and she looked. I was pale, I suppose. What's wrong? Asked the vegetable lady. So I got off my bike and walked in through her gate. I plopped down beside her, not feeling too great. Like a ball losing air, I began to deflate. As I said to the vegetable lady, well, first, I fell down. And all the kids laughed at me. Oh, then I messed up a test, and then a pop fly just got past me. I mean, this whole ding-dong day has been one big catastrophe. I give up, Mrs. Vegetable Lady. She sat down beside me, right there in the beans, dried off my cheeks, wiped my tears on her jeans. She hugged me and whispered, my friend, life's tough, so it seems. Walk with me, said the vegetable lady. She showed me her cucumbers, showed me her peas, her zucchini, Swiss chard, watercress, and fruit trees. Well, there's something in common amongst all of these. Can you tell? Asked the vegetable lady. Each of these things grows with sunlight and toil, and to help them to grow and to sprout and uncoil, a bit of manure's mixed into the soil. Phew! Stinky stuff, said the vegetable lady. So, when in your life you feel clouds in your face, and you're down in the dumps, feeling blue like this case, and it feels like manure's all over the place, think of this, said the vegetable lady. The thing to remember when you're feeling low is bad stuff. It's gonna happen, but it helps you to grow. So learn from it, thank it, and soon you will know you'll be better, said the vegetable lady. Well, just then, the clouds parted, and down through the trees came a warm ray of sun. On a rose-scented breeze, I jumped up. I hugged her. She was still on her knees. Thanks a lot, Mrs. Vegetable Lady. Now, the vegetable lady lives down our street. Her flowers and gardens are always so neat, and we wink at each other each time that we meet. She's my friend. She's the vegetable lady.
Brilliant.
So what do you think? You want to? Should we take pity on them and let them have a break and then
Yes.
come back and
Also,
wow them?
if you're wandering around and you see the top of my recorder,
Oh no!
okay, the fipple, as it were, it's around here somewhere. So if you see it, it's mine.
Thank you all. Please don't anybody leave. Please don't anybody leave. We need you to stay. And also, Mr. Wiley has the butterfly net once again. Yay, it's found. Well done. Well done, tribe. The show can go on now. We found the flipple. Okay, so P break starts now. Buying lots of CDs break starts now. We have beautiful merch goddesses who can help you with that. We've also got the aforementioned art by Mr. Rob Carlos, who is here and might even sign it if you ask him to. Thank you all.
Put yourself out there and take a bow. Don't jump ahead, go blow by blow. Learning is a way of how not to close your mind to the knowledge that wants to flow. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Oh, stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. You're not alone, you're never alone. You're not alone, you're not alone, you're never alone. You're not alone, you're not alone, you're never alone. You're not alone, you're not alone, you're never alone. You're not alone. Face resistance, not the easiest path. Know what you want and then to act persistence against the odds. It's a very short life. Don't take it so hard. Know what you want. Know what you want. Know what you want. Oh, it's a very short life. Don't make it so hard. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Oh, stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Emptiness of days repeats itself. Off trips to wrecks, you don't understand myself. I got a koan for you. Enough thoughts, enough sin, accept change, accept it. Oh, the truth is in our blood, it's in our blood. Coursing down the street that never ends, 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 never. Emptiness, you are my friend. Emptiness, you are my friend. Emptiness. Emptiness, you are my friend. Emptiness, you are my friend. Emptiness. Yatte, yatte, parasum, yatte, 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 parasum, yatte. Oh, please stop! Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid. Come on now, stop being afraid. Oh, stop being afraid. When I think of you, I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm going crazy. I can't be with you right now. I have to go deep inside and feeling this loss. I smile before I cry. I have to go deep inside and feeling this loss. I smile before I cry. I pass diverge, but things will be alright. Sometimes leaving things undone is doing them right. And when it's broken wing, I will take flight. Or let it hurt enough and you can find the heart. Smile for I cry, I smile for I cry. I journey to the bottom before I touch the sky. Grace and flight, 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 grace and flight. Now she's under arrest for possession of a weapon and a bag full of content. Grace, young and discontent, thinks she can help the boys who don't want help. She's got a thing for the dark side, an angel with her wings half bent, playing trick street corner to corner, the expense of all that good intent. Oh, Grace, young and discontent, thinks she can help the boys who don't want help. Now, who's gonna protect you from the conviction to live for someone else? Grace and flight, 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 grace and flight. I wish to know what we're all meant to do, and what lasting meaning does pleasure bring. Oh, there's a great many things that I just don't understand. There's a great many things that I just don't understand. Grace and flight, 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 grace and flight. I smile, I smile, I smile, I smile for I cry. I smile, I smile, I smile, I smile for I cry. I smile, I smile, I smile, I smile for I cry. I smile, I smile, I smile, I smile for I cry. Oh, never give up, 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 never give up. Oh, never give up, 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 never give up. Oh, never give up, no matter what's going on. Never give up, develop the heart. There's too much energy in our country spent developing the mind instead of the heart. Be compassionate, not just to your friends, but to everyone. Work for peace in your heart and in the world. Never give up, 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 never hesitation. Faith is a root of veneration. Believe in justice and human determination. In the history of man, it's already been proved that the human will is more powerful than the gun. So if you want to change the world, 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 oh, never give up, 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 never give up. Oh, never give up, 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 never give up. Faith dispels doubt and hesitation. Faith is a root of veneration. Believe in justice and human determination. I said faith dispels doubt and hesitation. Faith is a root of veneration. Believe in justice and human determination. Never, 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 never give up. No, 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 no. Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. No, 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 give up. Never give up. Never, ever. No, never give up. Never give up. Never give up. No, 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 no. Somewhere up high I see the casement of a window fly open. I see the flicker of a rising light. A human figure, faint and insubstantial. He was leaning forward, stretching out his arms. Is this a friend? Someone who'll sympathize? Oh, is this one person alone? Is this mankind? I raise my open arms up high, stretch out my fingers to the empty sky. I want my life. I want my life. Oh, where is the judge who wanted me to die? Where is the courtroom? What is my crime? Well, faith is not belief in any form of anything. To feel the form is faith itself. And love is not the love of any form of anything. To feel the form is love itself. You know, I said that faith is not belief in any form of anything. To feel the form is faith itself. And love is not the love of any form of anything. To feel the form in love itself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. James Joyce, liberate the form. Come on now, you and I liberate the form. I said, James Joyce, liberate the form. Oh, you and I liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. Got to liberate the form. Got to liberate the form. Oh, liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. Oh, break it down now. Now faith is not belief in any form of anything. To feel the form is faith itself, and love is not the love of any form of anything. To feel the form is love itself. I said that faith is not belief in any form of anything. To feel the form is faith itself, and love is not the love of any form of anything. To feel the form is love itself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. James Joyce, liberate the form. Are you and I liberate the form? I said James Joyce, liberate the form. Come on now, you and I liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. Oh, liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. Oh, liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. You got to liberate the form. Liberate the form, you got to liberate the form, you got to liberate the form. The older I get, the more I regret not doing the things that young people do. A mistake or two might help me through the task of making life last longer. I can't get there without you. I can't get there without you. Oh, I acknowledge that I'm part of a whole whose parts are lost. I feel desperate and discontent. A lack of innocence, like there's nobody left to be. I can't get there without you, but I'm pretty sure you're as lost as me. I can't get there without you. 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 Stronger I stand, the harder I fall. Stronger I stand, the harder I fall. Stronger I stand, the harder I fall. Stronger I stand, stronger I stand, the harder I fall. Stronger I stand, the harder I fall. Stronger I stand, the harder I fall. Stronger I stand. Oh, I acknowledge that I'm part of a whole whose parts are lost. I feel desperate and discontent. A lack of innocence, like there's nobody left to be. I can't get there without you, but I'm pretty sure you're as lost as me. Oh, it's good to know you're there on the fringes of it all.
I'm going to move this. Come. Sit upon your sit-upons. Yes, and then you have to turn the other cheek. Come, viens ici. Setzen Sie sich bitte. Now sit down, put your butt in the chair, we can get the show started. You know what I'm talking about, huh? Well, I appreciate you all sitting here. I appreciate you all coming tonight. My name is Mark Lewis. I am a professional storyteller. What makes me a professional? People pay me to do what I do. And there's nothing better in the world than getting paid for what you love to do the best. And I've been really lucky in my career. I've won 2 Emmys for what I do. Yeah, I actually got to wear my tux and stand up there and, you know, thank my parents and all that stuff. I've done The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. I did a scary story for Halloween for them, which we may do later tonight because Suge inspired me with her Mississippi story. I'm from Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And the secret to doing a Louisiana accent is you all just pretend you ain't got no teeth. Mm. I know. I've been really lucky. I did that stuff. I've been on the Vicky show, which is ancient TV. Just this Christmas, I was on an episode of Leverage where I played a Santa Claus. Yeah, if you go to YouTube and you YouTube the ho 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 job, you can see my smiling face because they hired me to do their show, but they made me shave my beard off. Right, to play Santa Claus. Yeah, and my beard was really long. And we had a workshop today, a storytelling workshop, and I told them this story is that they hired me, and I said, yes, I can't wait, this is great. And they said, but we want you to shave. I said, I haven't shaved in 25 years. And they said, well, we want to offer you guest star billing and a week contract. I said, hand me the razor. Which is cool, yeah. And it was fun. I got to work with Will Wheaton, remember from Star Trek? He is an uber geek, you guys. Oofta. No, how could that happen? Right? I've done some commercials, done some TV. Let's see. I do voiceover work too. I was the voice of Santa for an ABC TV special. Anybody here ever been to Disneyland? Yes. Right? Or Disney World or any of those places? Yeah. Anybody ever been on Pirates of the Caribbean, the ride? Yeah, my voice is in the ride. Yeah, back in the 80s when they were building Paris Disneyland, they re-recorded all the pirate voices. Yeah, thank you, sir. All right, like I said today, do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is? R. No, it's P. It's like an R, but it's got his leg cut off. Anyway, now I got thinking about pirates. What's a pirate's favorite South American country? Argentina. What's its favorite state? Arkansas. Good. What's its favorite kind of sweaters? Arkansas. What do they use to knit their socks? Yarn. Right? What is a pirate's favorite subject in school? Arkansas. Right. What kind of movies do they like? Arkansas. What is a pirate's favorite element on the periodical table? Arkansas. No, gold, damn it. I work as the MC of the Portland Pirate Festival, which is heaps of fun. If you want to come get your swashbuckled, you should come check it out. It's pretty fun. But they tell me if you keep your swashbuckled, then your timbers don't shiver, so it's good. I know what's going on with that. Thank you. Thank you very much. So in the ride, I'm in the ride 3 different places. So you get in the boat and you come down the waterfall. Come through the skeletons. And you come out and there's a ship over here and a castle over here. They're shooting at each other. Right? My voice is on the ship. I say, Captain, man down on number 4 gun. And then I say, clean through the mizzen mast. But like I said today, I can't do it without closing one eye. And then later in the ride, when they're auctioning off the brides, they have all the women over there, and then the pirates are over here, and the women, and the one with the, right, with the hoochie coochie little thing. I'm the guy over here going, we wants the redhead. We wants the redhead. And then at the end of the ride, the pirates set fire to the whole town and it's burning, right? And there's a bunch of pirates down in the dungeon behind the bar. Remember in the movie? Right? It's in the ride, right? And there's a dog there with a key in its mouth, right? My voice is mixed in with the guys in the cell. And I say, here, doggy, give us a key. Nice, doggy. Oh, mangy mutt, hit him with a soup bone. So the next time you go on the ride, yeah, thank you. The next time you go on the ride, you can go, I know him. It was heaps of fun, but when you work for Disney, it's a whole different world. But that's a whole nother story. Don't do the whole new world thing. So how many pirates? No, so I do a lot of different stuff to make a living. Well, out there in that world. But what I love best is being in a place like this with people like you to tell some stories. Because storytelling is truly the world's oldest profession. Yeah, it's older than the other one they talk about. Because you have to tell the story first. And then, boy, do you have a story to tell later. Yes, a night with Venus, a year with Mercury. So, it's okay, it's an adult show. It's an adult show. I can do this. Yeah, do lots of stuff, but storytelling is around forever. And people say to me, Mark, where do you get your inspiration? Where do your stories come from? And I tell them that I have a muse, one of the goddesses, right? She's the 10th muse. Her name is Enthusiasmus. It's Greek for the spirit within you, right? Honest, it's true. And I'll be walking around being Mark, you know. My muse will come down and go, psst, huh? She says, have I got a story for you? Now, why she talks like Groucho, I can't tell you. But that's the way she talks. And I say, well, no, look, I'm really busy right now. And she goes, don't tell me you're busy. Sorry. She sets me down. Then she pulls out a perfectly stretched white canvas, and she sets it up in front of me. Okay? Wait, hold on. Let me get it so you can see. Then she takes a very sharp pencil and she starts to sketch on the canvas. Now, some parts she puts in perfect detail. She says, this, hang on, let me get the mouth right. There it is. Now, this is exactly what that character's face looks like. Other parts she just kind of blocks in the big shapes. And when she's done, she says, okay, it's your turn. And I say, yeah. And I get out my paint box and my palette. And I squeeze out some blue nouns and some yellow adjectives and some, whatever, there it is, some red verbs. I love red verbs. Then it's my job as the storyteller to mix the colors that make the picture, that makes the words, that tells the story, that lives in the house that Jack built. I call what I do word pictures, okay? And what that means is I don't want you to think about what I'm talking about, which is perfect for this time of night. No thinking, okay? I just want you to see what I'm talking about. So for instance, if I say to you the word tree, I do not want you to give me the Webster's definition. I do not want you to go, tree, noun, deciduous plant, having roots, stems, forget it. It's not what I want. When I say tree, I want you to see the tree. So it's all about storytelling, word pictures, and the coolest thing in the world, the imagination. Okay, now the first story I'm going to start with, this story is really cool because it has everything you need for a classic storytelling. In this story, there is a brave hero. How'd you do? Who sets off to do battle with a ferocious beastie. Whoa. But the cool thing about the story is that 90% of the words are nonsense words. If I was to read it, Listen, here's the first part. 'Twas Brillig and the Slithy Toves. You know this? Did gyre and gimble in the wabe? I don't know. Oh, mimsy were the borogoves and the mome wraths outgrabe. What's a mome wrath? Say, I don't know. I call this the math class exercise. I don't know. What's a borogove? What's a slithy tove? It's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. But my job as the storyteller is to take all the nonsense in the story and make it make sense. So, I'm going to do Lewis Carroll's greatest hit, but I'm going to call Betsy and Suge up on stage to do this with me. I'm going to move over here and talk really loud. Should I just take that? So is baby oil made out of babies?
It's all in the timing.
I know it. Bottom line, it's all about the timing. So, this is, again, Lewis Carroll's greatest hit. This is, you guys ready? My version of, with the help of these incredibly beautiful, talented ladies, Jabberwocky. Was brillig and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. Oh, mimsy were the borogoves and the mome wraths outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my son. The jaws that bite. The claws that catch. Whoa! Beware the jub bird and shun the frumious banter snap. Ew. He took his vorpal sword in hand. Long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree and stood a while in thought. In uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came riffling through the tulgey wood, and as it came, to and through. His vocal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead. And with its head... Oh, gross. He went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come on, try it, it's fun. It's good during tax time, come on. Come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, frabjous day. Callooh. Everybody say callooh. Everybody say Calais. He chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig. And the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the burigoves and the moan rafts out. Betsy and Stooge. Wow. Oh, that was incredible. You know, we should take this on the road, you know? Can you resist that?
I will make this face and then ask you to do things. This man has 2 daughters. He knows. He knows.
I know from the Up and Under. Again, Betsy and Stooge, ladies and gentlemen. That was fun. Oofda. Oofda. Oofda, that's Greek. I had a friend I used to design gambling games. Believe it or not, I designed slot machines. My job was to come up with the story behind the game so that the player would play until they had no money. When you work for the gambling industry, it is the dark side. I am your mother, Luke. No, I am a mother, Luke. No, anyway. This next piece I want to do for you, this one is a classic. Now, Mark Twain says that classics are books that everybody talks about, but no one's ever read. Right? And this story is incredible. My father used to read, this is one of the first stories I ever remember hearing besides Winnie the Pooh and Dr. Seuss. Right? And Dr. Seuss, I realized in hearing Dr. Seuss, my dad would read to us in the rocking chair every night. Right? And I realized that I had this really cool syncopation drilled into me with the rocking chair with the cracked leg. Went, said, Conrad Cornelius O'Donnell Odell, my very young friend who was learning to spell, right? It's in there. And what's really cool is if it rhymes, I can memorize it. It's really cool. But this story, meanwhile, how many storytellers with ADD does it take to screw in a light bulb? Let's ride bikes. Chicken. Squirrel, don't say that. My dad loved this. My dad was a poet who actually sold electronics, okay? And he loved this story, and I think it's because he loved the rhythms of it. But it's kind of a scary story. The story is called The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes, okay? Amazing story, incredible story. And the thing of the story, it's really cool, is it's set in the late 1700s in Britain, right? So it's got all that working for it, right? Right? And it's about the highwayman. He's a robber. He steals from the rich and keeps for himself. It's very simple, right? And they describe him as having a French cocked hat, a tri-cornered hat, and lace at his chin, and a coat of claret velvet, of wine-colored velvet. So he's looking good, right? Now he's in love with Bess, the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter. Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, right? So that we got that love thing going. Now, also in the story, there are the redcoats, King George's men, the bad guys, right? But also in the story is another character called the Ostler. Ostler, O-S-T-L-E-R, Ostler, okay? An ostler is a person who takes care of things at an inn or a tavern, because the word ostler comes from hostler, comes from hostel, host, hotel. Right? Because you know, if you drop the H's anyway, you go to hospital, are you? Oh, fine, yeah, crikey, bloody hell, we'll figure that out. Cool. Right, so he's the ostler. Now, this is an amazing story. So I want you to come with me, away from here, away from all these wonderful people, back through time, and down across the moors in England. And there we see the rolling hills, and the trees, and the road, and the crossroads, the inn, the clouds, and the moon. This is The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes. The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. He had a French cocked hat on his forehead, a bunch of lace at his chin, a coat of claret velvet, and breeches of brown doe skin. They fitted with nary a wrinkle. His boots were up to the thigh, and he rode with a jeweled twinkle, his pistol butts a twinkle, his rapier hilt a twinkle, under the jeweled sky. Over the cobbles he clattered and clanged in the dark inn yard, and he tapped with his whip on the shutters, but all was locked and barred. Then he whistled a tune to the window. And who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair. And dark, in the dark old inn yard, a stable wicket creaked, where Tim, the ostler, listened. His face was white and peaked. His eyes were all those of madness. His hair like mouldy hay. For he loved the landlord's daughter. The landlord's red-lipped daughter. Dumb as a dog he listened, as he heard the robber say, "One kiss, me bonny sweetheart. I'm after a prize tonight. But I shall be home with the yellow gold afore the morning light yet. If they tear me sharply and harry me through the day, watch for me by moonlight. Look for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way." He rose upright in his stirrups. He scarce could reach her hand, but she loosened her hair in the casement, and his face burned like a brand as the black cascade of perfume came tumbling over his chest, and it kissed its waves in the moonlight. Sweet black waves in the moonlight. Then he turned his horse in the moonlight and galloped away to the west. Now, he did not come in the dawning. He did not come in the noon. But out of the tawny sunset, before the rise of the moon, when the road was a gypsy's ribbon looping the purple moor, a redcoat troop came marching, marching, marching. King George's men came marching up to the old inn door. They spoke no word to the landlord. They drank his ale instead. And they gagged his daughter and bound her to the foot of her narrow bed. Two of them knelt at her casement with muskets at their side. There was death at every window and hell at one dark window, for Bess could see through her casement the road that he would ride. They bound her up to attention with many a sniggering jest, and they bound a musket beside her with its barrel beneath her breast. Now, keep good watch. And they kissed her. And she heard the doom man say, watch for me by moonlight. Look for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way. She twisted her hands behind her, but all the knots held good. She writhed her hands till her fingers were wet with sweat or blood. She stretched and strained in the darkness. Oh, the hours crawled by like years, till now, on the stroke of midnight, cold on the stroke of midnight, the tip of one finger touched it. The trigger, at least, was hers. The tip of one finger touched it. She strove no more for the rest. Up, she stood to attention with the barrel beneath her breast. She would not risk their hearing. She would not strive again, for the road lay bare in the moonlight, blank and bare in the moonlight. And the blood of her veins in the moonlight throbbed to her love's refrain. Had they heard it? Those horse hooves ringing clear. In the distance, were they deaf that they did not hear? Down the ribbon of moonlight, no, over the brow of the hill, the highwayman came riding. The redcoats looked to their priming. She stood up, straight and still. In the frosty silence, in the echoing night, nearer he came and nearer. Her face shone like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment. She took one last deep breath, and her finger moved in the moonlight. The musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death. He turned, he spurred to the west. He did not know who stood, bowed with her head over the musket, drenched in her own red blood. Not till the dawn did he hear it. And his face grew grey to hear how Bess, the landlord's daughter? Nay. The landlord's black-eyed daughter had watched for her love in the moonlight and died in the darkness there. Back, he spurred like a madman, shrieking a curse to the sky, with the white road smoking behind him, and his rapier brandished high. Blood red were his spurs in the golden noon, wine red was his velvet coat, when they shot him down in the highway. Down like a dog in the highway. And he lay in his blood on the highway. With a bunch of lace at his throat. But still, on a winter's night, they say, when the wind is in the trees and the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, a highwayman comes riding. The highwayman comes riding up to the old inn door. Over the cobbles he clatters and clangs in the dark inn yard. And he taps with his whip on the shutters, but all is locked and barred. Then he whistles a tune to the window. And who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair. Thank you, my friends. And that is why they call them classics. Right? The next piece I want to do for you, I was trying to decide, I have about 65 different stories that I just they float around me, and I can say, oh, this one, that one. But I'm going to do this one. I love Greek mythology. Okay? Ever since 3rd grade, when I had that book with the guy with the wings on the cover and the feathers and the sun and all that stuff, I love mythology. So I took my favorite myth, which is the guy with the wings and the feathers and stuff, Icarus, right? And I wrote it as a ballad. Okay? I love this story. Okay? So, there's a story behind the story. You guys familiar with Icarus and Daedalus and all that stuff? Okay, good. But there's a story behind the story that they never tell you. Okay? Okay? It takes place on the island of Crete, okay, in the Mediterranean. And on the island of Crete is the kingdom of King Minos, right? Now, King Minos has a problem. He has a monster on his hands. Remember the name of the monster? The Minotaur, exactly. Man's body, bull's head, eats human flesh, bummer. But the thing they never tell you is where the Minotaur came from. And this is the amazing part. So, the Minoan culture is an ocean-going culture, okay? They trade, right? Poseidon is their god. He's their chief god. So, Poseidon gives Minos a beautiful white bull, this gorgeous white bull, and says, it comes up out of the ocean, and he says, sacrifice that to me. Minos goes, oh, yes, of course, your godliness. Okay, I'll do it right. And so he puts it in his pasture, and he's getting ready to wear it. And people come by and go, hey, Minos. Yeah? Nice bull. Yeah, it is kind of nice, isn't it? Yeah. Minos. Yeah, yes, your godliness. I need you to sacrifice the bull to me. Oh, yeah, I'll get to it. Minos. Yeah? Nice bull. Yeah. I'm keeping this thing. I'm not going to sacrifice it. Everybody say, bum, bum, bum. Rule number 1, don't piss off the gods. Okay? So Poseidon calls Cupid. He says, Cupid. You see the bull? See Minos' wife? She looks at the bull and goes, oh, baby. Okay? This is the one they don't tell you in the school, right? Right? So she falls in love with the bull, right? She'll go out and stand there in the pasture making cow eyes at the bull, right? Thank you. Right? And the bull just goes, oh, God, here we go. So, Minos' wife goes to Daedalus, the smartest man in the world. She says, she calls her, yes, your highness. I need your help. Anything, your highness. Yes, your highness. So he builds a wooden cow, a hollow wooden cow. Stretches a cowhide over it. She climbs inside. They push it out in the field. The child born from that union was the Minotaur. That's why Minos couldn't kill it. It's his son. It's royal. So he has Daedalus build a labyrinth, a maze that's so confusing that you can't figure out how to get out of it, and puts the Minotaur in it. Okay? Now, every year, the Athenians have to send 7 young men and 7 young women to be fed to the Minotaur, which kind of cuts down on the young men and women in Athens, you know. And as this story gets ready to start, Theseus, the son of the king of Athens, is chosen as one of the young men, right? Right? And there's the whole thing about the black sails, but we'll talk about that later. So they get to the island of Crete, and they get marched in front of the king, and the king is sitting there, Minos is there, and his daughter Ariadne is sitting beside him, right? And the wife's, well, some people say that they locked the wife in the labyrinth with the Minotaur. Creepy sauce. Anyway, so they come walking up, right? And Minos is looking, and Theseus is standing there. Now, Theseus is the hero. Everybody say hero. Hero. So Theseus is the hero, right? He's standing there, and Ariadne looks at Theseus and goes, oh, yeah. And she doesn't want him to die, right? So she goes to Daedalus and says, you gotta help me, I don't want him to die. How does he get out? And Daedalus says, I don't know, I just built the thing. He says, but I have an idea. He gives her a sword, and he gives her a ball of twine, which is also called a clue, a C-L-E-W, a clue. Gives it to her, right? She gives it to Theseus. He hides them under his robe. Boom, boom, drums are beating, torches are burning. The door to the labyrinth opens. The Athenians are weeping. They put them inside, shut the door, right? So, Theseus, he's smart because he's the hero. Right, he ties the string to the doorway. And as he goes through the labyrinth, he lets the string out. He finds the Minotaur, kills it. Then how's he get out? Follows the clue back through, this is true, back through the labyrinth and escapes. King Minos is pissed, right? Because he knows he had to have had some help. So he takes Daedalus and his son Icarus and he imprisons them in a tower in his castle. Now this is where my story starts. That was the story to get to the story. Okay, funny how everything has a story. And if you have teenagers, you really understand that. So, this is where my story starts. Now, this story has a $10,000 rhyme in it. I rhymed labyrinth. So again, come with me back through time, down across the Mediterranean. Right, and we see the waves rolling, and then the flying fish, and some of the dolphins, right? And we hear surf up in front of us. As we look ahead, we see the waves breaking along the rocky shore. We zoom up over the shore and across the plain of Crete, and there we see the empty labyrinth, and there we see the castle, and there we see the tower. This is my story called The Ballad of Icarus. Imprisoned in the castle of King Minos, surrounded by a field of hyacinth, were Daedalus and Icarus, the man and the son of the man who built the labyrinth. The Minotaur is dead, and Theseus has fled. King Minos raged, "Bring Daedalus to me. I've been betrayed by friend and kin. Someone must pay for this Athenian victory." Imprisoned for immemorial time, beneath an endless sky, we can't escape, said Icarus. The walls are much too high. Only the birds are truly free. A gleam came to his eye. Oh, no, it's his madness for us to dream of flight. 'Tis folly not to try. So up in the tower, beeswax and feathers, leather thongs and strings, hour slipped through hour as they toiled within the tower until they had constructed 2 pairs of fragile wings. Daedalus says, before we leave this prison tower, to tread upon the god's own sky, a word of warning would I give, fly not too low, fly not too high. The moment we trade earth for air, you'll feel the wind fulfill your wings. Beware the ocean's misty grasp. The waves reach up and moisture clings, and leaden feathered you will fall. My son, take heed and shun these things. Yet, far above the ocean's threat, a danger worse. Beware the sun. Our wings so fragile will not hold. The heat will cause the wax to run. My son. Daedalus says, don't go near the sun, don't go near the sun. Don't go near the sun, you're bound to fall. Don't go near the sun, don't go near the sun. Don't go near the sun, you lose it all. The wonders of the skies had filled him. He did not heed his father's words, and as his heart soared, so did he. Daedalus watched him join the birds. He was free. His father joined him in the air. At last, they had mastered the mysteries of flight. Daedalus soared with the grace of a seabird, while Icarus flew like a moth toward the light. He rose past the clouds. He ascended the heavens, his heart beating faster. He sang through the air, past the gates of euphoria. Icarus, he flew above. Icarus, and higher still, Icarus. He flew until Icarus, father! He watched him fall, like a butterfly wingless, like a puppet left stringless. He watched him fall. Daedalus flew to the place on the ocean, shed tears on his only son's grave, marked only by feathers blowing over the waters and islands of beeswax afloat on the waves. It's good stuff. Good stuff. The classics are good. I have a newish story, and it's the companion piece to The Vegetable Lady. okay? And what I'm doing is I'm writing a book, a series of books, and each book is a place on a street that you meet somebody. It's different houses as you move down the street. So there's the vegetable lady, and then there's this one. Now, I wrote this story for me because all my life, I never felt like I fit in. Anybody else? Welcome. Right? I mean, because I do lots of different stuff. I don't fit in, I didn't fit in the, you know, I wasn't a jock, and because I draw and I sing and I paint and I write and I act and I do all this stuff, right? Don't have one place to go, and I never fit in. So this is the story for all of us. The story is called The 13th Cookie. And it goes like this. I sat on the steps of the bakery shop. On my way home from school, Mom said, pick up some bread. It had been a hard day. It was cold. I was tired. I sat and I sighed and I hung down my head. Hey, what's wrong? Came a voice from just up above me. I looked up and right into the baker's nice face. Oh, it's nothing, I fibbed, and he smiled at me knowing, because I looked like I'd just come in last in a race. Come inside, my young friend, he said. Tell me a story here. Nosh this bagel. Sit down. Rest your bones. Mama, bring some schmear, please. What, no? Good enough, then. What makes you look like a poor dog with no home? I said, most kids are lucky. They know what they're good at, but me? I do lots. I don't fit in one group. I do sports. I do math. I sing. And I draw, too. I feel weird like a noodle left out of the soup. I hear you, he said, and he patted my shoulder. He thought for a moment as I wiped my nose. Mama, shall we show him? Good. Come to the kitchen. What I have to show you, you'll like, I suppose. I know what you are. You're the 13th cookie. The very last one of the bunch of the day. I looked real confused, and he smiled. Oh, don't worry. Come back to the kitchen. I'll show you this way. It's time to bake cookies. The kind that my booby, well, as you'd say, my grandmother, called gingerbread. They look just like people. See, here is the cutter. A body, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. So I roll out the dough till it's just the right thickness. I fit in my cutter and cut them just so, 12 plus 1. I line them up nicely, get them all ready in the oven to go. But before they go in, I must decorate them. So I put on some icing. It's good. Here, have a lick. But they need something more to make them look tasty. What to do? Ah, the answer. This will do just the trick. I have bowls filled with sprinkles. Like the hues of the rainbow. I keep them all separate right here on the shelf. I got blues, I got greens, I got yellows and oranges and reds, whites, and purples. Come, see for yourself. So I put on some sprinkles. 1 color per cookie. Huh? Then I tap off the extras down into this tray. Here's a mixed up collection of watercolor sprinkles. A color kaleidoscope, someone might say. Now, the very last cookie, my pièce de résistance. The one that I save for the end of the day, the 13th, I dip in the all-color sprinkles. It's different, unique in its own special way. Huh? Now, the baker above in the heavenly kitchen makes up a big batch of his sweet people dough, rolls it out nicely to just the right thickness, fits in his cutter, and cuts them just so. Then it's time up above to begin decorating, huh? And his sprinkles come out in the bowls in the row. The blues are for artists. The greens are musicians. The reds study science. The whites, mathematicians. The yellows are singers. Oh, there's a different color for each, don't you know? Now you're the last one who came from the kitchen. The very last one of his bunch of the day, and the baker dipped you in the all-color sprinkles. And a bit of all stuck onto you from the tray. So, come by tomorrow, I'll have a surprise here. Oh, just a small something. You'll like it or won't. Oh, so yeah, so take home this bread so your mama won't worry. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, sei gesund. All day the next day, I kept thinking of sprinkles. I just couldn't wait for that school stuff to stop. At the 2:30 bell, I ran straight down to Main Street, directly into the bakery shop. There it was, by itself in the very front showcase. Above all the pies on the very top shelf, a person-shaped cookie with all color sprinkles. And I knew in my heart that this was myself. He smiled when he saw me and handed it to me, wrapped up the paper to make it look neat. I reached in my pocket. He said, "Not to worry, put your money away. Mazel tov, it's my treat." "Thank you," I said. I went out to the sidewalk and looked at my cookie and now understood I am different. And more, I like being special. And I finally knew, crunch, 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 I am good. Oh, you 13th cookies out there. I love that. All right, I'm going to show you a trick. Everybody's got to have a trick. This next thing I'm going to do for you is a song I wrote to be played by 2 recorders. It is a recorder duet. But since I have no one here to duet with, I'm going to do it all by myself. I'm going to play both of the recorders simultaneously, at the same time, together in unison. That's the Department of Redundancy department. Thank you, thank you. Duran Duran. So, this song is called Renaissance Stereo. It's a song for 2 recorders and 1 mouth. My mouth. You don't think I can do it, do you? Oh. This also is called If It Ain't Baroque, Don't Fix It. Because I steal from the best, you guys. So we got the soprano, key of C, the tenor in the key of C. Renaissance Stereo. Hang on, come on, come on. Hooey. Oh my. I think you are the best audience I've ever worked for. Because you get it. You know, joke telling is a great form of storytelling, right? You know, every time you do a joke, you're telling a story. This guy walks into a bar and says, "Ow," you're telling a story, right? So we're at a pub in Dublin, all right then? Starts out good, right? We got an Englishman, an Irishman, and a Scotsman sitting side by side. Oh, it's getting better, it's getting better. Each of them has a glass of Guinness sitting in front of them, settling perfectly. Right? Now, miraculously, 3 flies fly into the pub. And one goes into each drink. And the Englishman says, "And I beg your pardon, there is a winged insect in my libation. I could never drink this disgusting thing." The Irishman takes the fly and goes, "Oh, poor fella, be free, be free." Scotsman takes the fly out, holds him over his beer and says, "Spit it out, spit it out." Well, did you hear that YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook have joined into one site? It's called youtwitface.com. That really works in this town, doesn't it? All right, here's one of my very favorite Irish jokes. I love it. See, I figured out the difference between the Irish and the Scots accent. With accents, it's where you hold the words in your mouth. With the Irish, it's right here behind your teeth. It's right in the front. And you go up and you go down and you pronounce all the T's and D's. Oh, my dear Dad, look at that. They're magically delicious. And to the Scots, you take it from the front here and you pull it to the back of your throat. You sort of swallow it. Oh, yeah. I do not wear my kilt tonight. The wind's too frisky for that outside, I'll tell you right now. And my wife says, it's no big thing. So here's my, well, the French is in the middle. You hold the French around right high in the middle, huh? As a German, you're biting out the front all the time. Yeah. Middle European, you sort of swallow and clip it in. Welcome to your country. No pictures, please. Right? East Indian, you put your tongue against the roof of your mouth and you talk around it like, look at that, would you? Oh my golly gosh. And then you have to mix up the idiom. Oh, you crack me out. Right, so you see, anyway, I'm on the bike, Mark's on the bike, Mark's on the bike. I can't even remember what I was, oh, my favorite Irish joke. My first favorite Irish joke is this one. Two Irishmen walk out of a bar. Could happen. But this one is even better. So, McCarthy comes home for lunch. He comes home for lunch every day, and he comes in, he opens the door, and Molly's standing there going like this. He goes, Molly, what's wrong? You look peaked. She says, I'm not feeling well. He says, well, did you go to the doctor? She says, I did. He said, what did he say? Well, he says he wants me to bring him a urine specimen. He says, a urine specimen? What's that? She says, I don't know. He says, well, go upstairs, ask Mrs. O'Reilly. She used to be a nurse. She says, I hate Mrs. O'Reilly. I'm not going up there. I can't stand that woman. She's a busybody. Look, it's just to ask her a question, woman. Go ask her. All right, I'll go. So he sits down, he's drinking his tea, right? And he hears pad up the stairs, pad. And it's quiet for a bit, and then he hears squalling and yelling and screaming and thumping, and then it's quiet again. And a minute later, in walks Molly. Hair's all messed up, scratches on her cheeks, dress is torn. He goes, woman, what happened to you? Well, I did like you told me. Well, what did happen? I asked Mrs. O'Reilly. Well, what did she say? I said, what's a urine specimen? And she said, go piss in a bottle. I said, go shit in your purse. And the fight was on. It's a good one. Oh, a better one. This is a better one. I'll get back to the stories in a minute, but this one's worth it. Angus decides he wants to make a new kilt, aye? Aye? Say aye. So he goes and buys a great bolt of cloth, and he cuts and he snips and he sews and makes a gorgeous kilt, eh? Aye? But he's got 3 yards left over. Now he's not going to throw it away. He's a Scot, for God's sake. So what to do? Bridget, my fiancée. I'll make her a scarf to wrap around her neck. Everybody say, oh. No. He cannot wait till Sunday to show her at church. He's got to show her right now, the new kilt, eh? So he takes out his front door, slams behind, and takes off running into the chest high hither, right? Well, unfortunately for Angus, when he slams the door, the back of the kilt gets caught in it, eh? Aye, right? So he's running along, but does Angus know? No! He thinks the wind's just a bit too frisky that day. Aye, what makes for a smiling Scotsman? Short kilt, high heather. He's running along, right? Right? By the time he gets to Bridget's house, there's no secrets kept from no one. But does Angus know? No! He doesn't stop to knock, runs right through her front door, into her parlor. She's sitting there by the fire. He sends her and goes, Bridget, what do you think of this? And Bridget says, oh, Angus, it's so beautiful. He goes, I love. And there's 3 more yards at home to wrap around your neck. I love that story. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, so The story I want to tell you tonight, this is the story I told on The Tonight Show. Okay? And Suge had done that story about Mississippi, right? Well, this is a cool story. I had done a concert, this is 100 years ago. I was done a concert in LA for the Big Green Initiative. Are you ready for the great name drop? Ready for the LA name drop? At Michael Landon's ranch in Malibu. Yeah, right. Who's Michael Landon? Right? Must be some little house in the prairie somewhere. So, but it'll be a bonanza. So anyway, you know, I often wondered why all those men right in there and there were no women around. I just wondered if any of them were gay. You know, I wonder. Good thing Hop Sing was. But anyway, so. Thank you. Anyway, so I did the concert, and I got a call the next week, right, on Monday. Hi, we're from The Tonight Show. We'd like to know if you'd like to be on the show for our Halloween show. I said, let me check my schedule. Yeah, I think I can make it. So I got to go down to audition. So I parked 6 miles away at Burbank, right, and I hiked in. And I went through security, and then I went through security, and then I went through security, but then I had to go through security. And then I went through... And I got into the producer's office, right? And I handed him my tape, with my Emmy Award-winning tape, and I gave him my resume and all my pictures and stuff. And he goes, go ahead, show me, do something. And he's looking through my stuff. So I did Jabberwocky, like I did for you. But I didn't have the help of Betsy and Suge. But I did it, and he's looking at the stuff, and he goes... And I finished, he goes, that's good. I said, thank you. He says, that's not what I want. I am a good actor. What do you want? He says, I want you to tell a jump story. I said, a jump story? You mean like, where's my golden arm? He goes, huh? I said, well, what story do you want to hear? He said, well, see, I grew up in Louisiana, and my grandpa used to tell the story. It's about this guy named Jeb and his dog Blue, and they live out in the swamp, and then everybody jumps at the end. Okay. So right there, I kind of made it up, and I told it to him. He went, oh, yeah. So they hired me. Yes, thank you. I'm going to be on The Tonight Show, right? This is cool, right? So I told everybody I knew on the planet, did you get your message? Yeah. So everybody. So the time comes for the show, right? I drive down to NBC, and I park in the Midway. My parking place has my name on it. Oh, yeah. I went up the stairs to my dressing room with my name on it. I took it out of the door. I still have it. Hey, my mama didn't raise no fool. Right? I got in the dressing room. They took me down to makeup. They made me up. They cut my hair when I had hair. This is 1990, okay? Cool. And I talked to Jay, and Jay is really tall and really pointy. It's breathtaking. It's amazing. Anyway, so I'm sitting in my dressing room, and I'm waiting to go on. Now, The Tonight Show is shot what they call live to tape, and they start shooting about 6. Right? And they've got to shoot it and then get it, and then it runs for a certain time. But if it runs long, they cut it from the end so it fits in the time so they can put it on the air in New York, in the East Coast, right? The show's running long. I'm the last thing on the show. It's the most boring Tonight Show ever. Kate Jackson was on, say no more. There was a comedian who wasn't funny. There was a country western singer who was so scared she almost peed her pants. I mean, it was terrible. And in between each act, the crew's kids on the set would come and trick or treat, right? Right? And Jay would, you hear bing bong, and Jay would say, hey, I wonder who that'd be. Who could that be? Right? And the curtain would open, and out would walk this little Dracula going, trick or treat. And he'd say, well, do you want candy or socks or spinach? Candy. Oh, jeez. I'm sitting in my dressing room going, come on, I gotta get on. I'd rehearsed the story to be about 6 minutes long, right? Because Jay wanted to talk to me, so the whole thing. So 6 minutes, cool, I'm ready to go on. 6 minutes on The Tonight Show? Yeah, baby. Right? Sitting in my dressing room watching, it's going longer and longer and longer. Come on, I gotta. Finally, we're almost at the end of the show. They rolled a commercial, and literally the door of my dressing room, boom, bursts open. And the producer there, he grabs me by the hand and says, Mark, we're running out of time. Whoa! Drags me out of the room. We're going down the hallway up at Embassy up above, right? He goes, Mark, we're running out of time. Can you cut this short to 6 minutes? No. He says, no, to 5 minutes. He says, no. Jay's gonna talk to you. Can you cut this story to 4 minutes? We're going down the stairs, right? I said, sure, I can cut it to 4 minutes. And inside my head, I'm going, how the hell am I gonna cut this to 4 minutes? I'm now on the set. I'm walking across the set. There's Jade. There's the desk. There are the guests. There's the audience. There's the band. They take me backstage, okay? Now, there's a guy that stands behind that curtain on the old show, right? Who gets paid $86.50 an hour to hold the curtain open. Good gig if you can get it. Right? And I'm standing back there. I now have 15 seconds to cut 2 minutes out of this story. And I'm going, how am I gonna? And I heard my high school theater teacher in my head say, Mark, don't think, just work. So I stopped thinking. They introduce me, I walk out, I sit down, Jay says, oh, your story. So, okay, let's start the story, right? I cut the story while I was talking, and it came in exactly at 4 minutes. And what's really cool is when, thank you, when you watch the video of it, which I've seen a few times, there's parts in the story where I go, and the story keeps going. I go, that's really weird, because I never do that. And I realize what's really happening is I'm fast forwarding through the story in my head. And it's the first syllable of the words of the paragraphs that I'm throwing out to get to where the story is, right? And they pay you for that, too, which was cool. So I'm going to tell you that story now. But I'm going to give you the little longer version. Mm-hmm. So first of all, I want you all coming with me down in Louisiana. Say, uh-huh. No. Uh-huh. Get on T. Yeah, baby. Mm-hmm. You know, down there in Louisiana, they got them big old swamps, man, with the trees and the stuff hanging down on them. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Say, uh-huh. Yeah. Now down there, that's where Jeb's house is. He lived down there in his house, and he got his poke salad and his truck patch, and then there's this fence with a gate, right? And out there's the swamp. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And say, uh-huh. Good. He lives in there with his dog Blue. Say, uh-huh. Good. So this is an old Southern story called Taily-Po. Now everybody knew it was bad luck to go out in the swamp at midnight under a full moon, but Jeb, he was hungry, real hungry. So him and his dog Blue, Mom Blue, they go out looking for something to eat. Well, it starts getting darker. Starts getting scarier. That wind commences to blow, and the mist rises about the swamp and hangs there like dead people in their shrouds. Sure, Jeb figures, who doggy, empty belly or nothing. I had enough of this. I'm going home. As he turns to go, Blue the dog starts to barking at something over by the big stump. He turns and look, and there's this creature. Ain't like nothing he never seen before. Looks like a cross between a possum and a rat, but as big as a bear cub. And he's got hair hanging down. This big old long nose with teeth with stuff dripping out. Red eyes shining. Ears with tufts, and it's going... And Jeb says, Blue, yo, come away from there. And as Blue turned, the thing jumps on Blue, and it's barking and batting and scratching. And Jeb, he don't know what to do. He grabs his knife, and he cuts the thing's tail off, and it screams. Bah! And it runs off into the swamp. Well, Jeb, his heart's beating like a bird caught in a net. He said, Blue, you okay? And Blue, he's no hunting dog. He'll be fine. He's just a little bloody. He had worse. Right? And then Jeb turns and looks, and he's still holding the thing's tail. And it's all long and scaly like a rat tail with a fluff on the end of it and a bloody stump at the top. Jeb figures, better than nothing. So he takes it home, skins it down, throws it in the stew pot, and he eats it. He got a full belly now. He gives the bones to Blue, and Jeb, he commences to go into sleep. And then he hears it way out there in the swamp. Taily-Po, Taily-Po, all I want's my Taily-Po. Jeb sits up in bed, oh, and ain't nothing. That's just the wind out there. I ain't feared no wind. I ain't feared nothing. Thinking I'm going back to sleep. Then he hears it again. Closer this time. Taily-po, taily-po, all at once, my taily-po. I tell you what, I'll just lie right here still, I'll be fine, it'll go walking on by, everything will be good, but then he hears it again. Scratching on his front porch, right on his front door. Louder, taily-po, taily-po, all I want's my taily-po. Well, I locked the front door, but Blue hears it on the front door, jumps up, hits the door, latch comes off, out on the front porch, barking and biting and scratching and it's quiet. And Jim says, Blue, y'all come back in here. And Blue, he don't come back. Now, Jeb, he's shaking real hard. Oh my God, I tell you what, he gonna get up and shut that front door, but it opens all by itself. And he hears and the smell of the swamp comes into the room like something dead and dying, and here's right beside his bed, taily-po, taily-po, all I want's my taily-po. Jim, where's my knife? It's in my pants. He reaches for his knife, but whoop, the creature jumps on him, pins him flat. He can't move. He looks up. There's its eyes, looking into his eyes, red eyes, teeth with stuff dripping on his chest, breath like the smell of the tomb itself, and his feet dug in and going, taily-po, taily-po, all I want's my taily-po. And Jim says, I ain't got your taily-po. And the thing looks him right in the eye. And he feels its back feet dig into his belly. And it says, oh, yes, you do. Poke, poke, poke. And I know where it is. Poke, poke, poke. And I'm poke, gonna poke, poke. Get it! Now, nobody ever saw Jeb again. Down there where his cabin used to be, there ain't nothing left but a stone foundation with a brick chimney reaching to the sky. But people say, to this very day when that moon is full and the wind commences to blow and the mist rises and hangs like dead people in their shrouds, you can still hear, way out there in the swamp, taily-po, taily-po. Now I got my taily-po. Thank you for taking the time to come out and listen to a storyteller and some amazing music, right? Because I've realized that a storyteller is nothing but a lunatic ranting on a street corner without a cell phone, without an audience to listen. And I proved this, actually. I was done a show in Vegas at the Mirage. I was coming home, and everything's always late coming out of Las Vegas, right? And I'm sitting there because I have a show that night, right? And I'm sitting kind of staring out the window by the gate, and I'm running a story, and I'm going, right? And I look over, and there's this poor businessman going. So I went. But he's probably telling that story right now. There was this crazy guy. So I want to end this concert with the story I end all my concerts with. And the story behind this story is I was 18, long hair, Volkswagen bus, traveling through Canada. It's hyphenated, it's only one word. Right? And I was sitting by a lake in the Canadian Rockies, right? And my muse came down, right? Tapped me on the shoulder and gave me this next poem word for word. Literally, I sat there and just wrote it. It was dictated to me, and I just wrote it down, right? All except for the last line, which took me a year to write. Gotta trust sometimes. but it explains to me where the stories come from, explains to me how the magic happens, and it's one I want to leave you with tonight. It's called The Story of Word Pictures. It goes like this. Sit down beside me. I'll tell you a story of beautiful women and men who are bold. The kind of a story to help us remember the wonder of childhood before we grew old. A story of word pictures, of sulfur and tin, of fern banks and forests that you can hide in. Of little brown people as tall as your knees who walk very quickly through doorways. In trees. Spires of moonlight. Shells on the beach. The soft, silent sermons the butterflies preach. A small elfin maiden in spiderweb gowns goes gliding right past you 1 foot off the ground. The old learned wizard, whose mist-shrouded tower watches his watches chime hour on hour, and wait for the wind to come running up fast, and watch as his footprints go past in the grass. So, think of a feeling from when you were younger. Now give it a color, or call it by name. Then pull up your covers and keep your head under and smile at the darkness and know who's to blame. So, if you can gather these pictures I scatter like daisies in sunlight, you weave into chains, here, Betsy, then we'll be the ones who will look for the rainbows, while others think only of clouds when it rains. I'm Mark Lewis. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming out tonight. We love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you next time.
Lots of love for Craig and Lily and Clint and John, everybody here behind the counter tonight. We're putting up with our long-winded asses every single time.
Thanks, you guys. Be careful going home. We love you. Thank you.
So Mark's got his DVDs, but he did not bring any with him. Where can they find those, Mark? Can they find them online or not?
What he said.
That is the mastermind, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kevin Wiley right there. Thank you all for being part of this tonight. This is what we hope will be the first instance in a very long timeline of a whole lot of magic, because we may have had more fun than you did. We just might. Just maybe.
Thank you,
So
guys.
please fold up your chairs on the way out, and if you want to put something else in the butterfly net for the storyteller, it's right here.
And that's what I do for a living.
When I need some place to go, maybe sit down and listen to a guitar show, pick up a book, find me something to read, or a cinnamon coffee is what I need. I go to SoulFood. I mean the bookstore. I mean in Redmond, where I am now. Well, the weather gets dry and the weather gets wet. I ain't never met weather I couldn't deal with if I came in to reel with the soul food. A little book to eat, a little page to read, and a brain to feed. Well, they got a little thing looks like a potbelly stove, and 47 miles the day I drove to get down here by that potbelly stove. That ain't a potbelly stove. It's a mixture thing of some kind with some sort of necklace of shells hanging on it. They got 3 cameras and a soundboard and an espresso machine that just keeps going. I think they're turning out coffee at night when the place is closed. Well, I'll tell you the truth, and it ain't no lie. Bill Gates is living nearby, but I don't think he ever comes in here because his brain would have to get too clear. He can't do that. The numbers would go down, stocks would drop, and the micro would get way too soft. Well, it seems to me that this here's the 21st century, and hard to remember. It seems to me the 20th century, that was a long time ago. How about you? Number 22? 23, 24? Not me, I'm gonna hang around the bookstore. Now they got a CD or something like that coming out, and that's what this here song is all about. They got something coming up for the anniversary of the opening of the bookstore. I don't think I can be here. I mean, not physically. I'll be here in other ways, of course, but I mean, physically, I think I might be otherwise disposed. That doesn't sound right, does it? Like they crumple you up like a piece of tissue paper and throw you out. Indisposed is what I meant to say. No, that doesn't sound right either. That means they'd like to throw you out, but they can't figure out how. Otherwise engaged. No, that sounds like you're going to be married. That's not what I meant to say either. Otherwise employed somewhere else. I guess what I mean to say is, good luck and happy anniversary. So if you're wandering around Redmond, you're looking for a place to be, just pick one of the QFCs. There's a couple of them right near each other, so, if one don't do, you can pick the other. One of them is near SoulFood Books, and the other one isn't. So if you go to one and there's no SoulFood Books around, you know you're at the wrong one. Just ask them where the other one is. They'll send you over here. So this is just a little song to try to say that I sure am happy to be here today. Where the sound is fine and the coffee is swell. The audience can lay around on the couch, sleep, and that's okay. And I try not to play songs that'll wake you up if you're asleep. And I try not to play songs that'll put you to sleep if you're awake. Try to kind of straddle that line between fully conscious and fully in dreamland. And the standing invitation is still there, like I said last time. Bill, you're on my guest list. Come on down.